This is a 1968 Pontiac Firebird. It's powered by an awesome running 455 V8 engine. It's got headers, so it does have, it sounds to me like it's got a little bit of a header leak to it. Not terrible, but it does have a little bit. It's got chrome valve covers that are brand new. It's got a nice chrome air cleaner. Does have powered brakes, and they're four-wheel disc brakes all the way around. It's got an Edelbrock Performer intake. Like I said, a very nice built 455. Engine compartment stuff's all painted nice and looks real good. Bottom of the hood probably should be painted. We never got around to doing that. This Firebird is a absolutely super solid car. The previous owner had it set up with kind of for the drag race or a street car both. I mean, it's set up to go. It's got four-wheel disc brakes. It's got coil-over rear suspension. It had some different rims on it when we got it. We went ahead and put some American Racing wheels on it. Pretty sure they're 17-inch. The front bumper is in excellent shape. The chrome is absolutely beautiful on it. It does have the Pontiac 400 hood. It's now got the 455 emblems on the hood. This car needs a paint job. The paint on is probably 30 years old. So it's got a few little blisters here. They're not rust blisters, not like that, it's just where there's some rock chips. And then it's got heavy paint here on the hood. You can see that you can't feel it actually, but in that enamel paint, it's spider web. As far as our gap goes, it's got a tight gap all the way on the driver's side, and it's got a nice gap all the way on the passenger side. Probably the gap should be opened up a little bit there. Look how nice this car looks. As you're walking up to it, the paint's got a lot of little imperfections in it, but the body is super solid and straight. It's not a car that's been full of Bondo. It's not been patched up, nothing like that. It's just a super nice, solid, original car that has probably a 30-year-old paint job on it. So you've got some paint imperfections on the hood where it's got rock chips, stuff like that. You can see here it's got some buffing compound right along the edge. As we look at the lower front fender, it's absolutely 100% rust-free. There's no blisters on it, no major dents or dings anywhere. It's got a couple little scratches, like you can see here by my finger there. It's got some touch-ups there. The door's in excellent shape as well. It's got 3, 4, 5 little scratches with touch-ups, and it's got a lot of little rock chips. You can just kind of see them here. It does have, the only blisters involved is there's 2 small blisters way down at the lower door, right there. Other than that, the wheel well trim is all brand new. All 4 of them are new. The rocker molding's nice. It's got the door edge guard. Look how the door shuts on it. Super tight. So there's no blisters anywhere besides that lower door. And then you've got some right here behind the door on the rocker panel, on the quarter panel. Just some small stuff. Like I said, again, nothing, no Bondo, nothing like that. It's just got some, 30 years of age on the paint. Got a bunch of rock chips there behind the rear wheel. There's a good image of your four-wheel disc brakes. It's got 17-inch wheels on it. As far as our undercarriage goes, it's got a ladder bar suspension. It's got subframe connectors, and the floors, frame, and trunk are all super solid. This was a Western car. As we look at the bottom corner of our door, it's never had any putty, any body work done to it at all. The rubbers are excellent, and the door panel is excellent as well. Super solid Firebird. As we look in the door jambs, the doors are properly taken off along with the fenders, stuff like that. When it was painted, door jambs are all red as well. Dash pad is in great shape, except for over at the driver's side. There's a couple small cracks up above the steering wheel area. The paint on the dash is beautiful. It's got the factory buckets, console. It's got a brand new B&M shifter that fits beautifully in the console. Carpet's nice. The seats all appear to be original. They're in good shape. I don't see any rips or tears. Back seats, good. There's no rips or tears. Carpet's in good shape. Door shut's excellent. So we kind of went over the passenger side. It's got a few blisters right behind the door in that lower quarter, very small, and it's got two very small ones in the on the front of the door. But as you look up and down the side, this has got awesome driver paint on it. Looks great at 10 feet. Get up close, you can tell it needs to be painted. Dual exhaust is like new. Back bumper is brand new. That's in beautiful shape. So is the chrome around the Pontiac emblems here. That's in good shape as well. It's got a new rear spoiler on it. The rear spoiler red paint doesn't quite match the paint on the car. It's just a shade off a little bit if you look up close. This car's got the battery in the trunk, and it does have a battery turn-off switch back there. As we look up and down the driver's side, very straight as well. No blisters behind the rear quarter. Over top the rear quarter, wheel well, stuff like that's great. No blisters in front of the rear wheel either. It's got a bunch of little paint chips here in the door. Kind of see that. And it's got a blister way down here, down by the bottom of the door. Other than that, the lower front fender, door, rocker, no other blisters anywhere on it. Here's your corner of the door. It's perfect. Never had any body filler work. Rubbers are nice. Driver's side door panel is perfect as well. Very, very nice. Red paint in the door jambs, body by Fisher, chrome pieces are nice. Driver's side seat has a small bad spot here on the quarter round. Another wear through here, and a little seam split starting right up here. Window goes up and down nice, and this rubber here is in excellent shape. The car probably should have some new roof rail rubbers. Those are pretty cracked and battered. They're original. The car's got 79,960 miles on it, and I believe that to be actual. The gauges are crystal clear, if you can check that speedometer gauge and the fuel gauge. The fuel gauge works. It's got a Sun Pro tack that works. Wipers are in working order. This car does not have a heater. It does have an electric fan. It's got a nice CD player. It's got speakers and everything, so everything works well there. Go ahead and shut that off. The paint on the dash is in great shape. Paint on the steering column's nice. It's got these toggle switches. Flip them off to shut the car off. Otherwise, they've got safety protectors. You flip them up. There's one's your electric fan, one's your power to the car. I don't know what the other ones are exactly, but it's got a very nice Quicksilver shifter. Chrome's beautiful on it. The console's excellent. Very nice condition on the console. The visors are excellent. There's no holes up there. Headliner's in great shape. Dome light does not work. But other than that, we got a nice stereo. So you got horn and the dome light are the only two things on the interior that do not work. Other than that, it's carrying 40 pounds oil pressure after it's warmed up, 35-40. It's running about 190. It's a hot day here. I've had it idling for quite a while. So it's not overheating. That electric fan's doing exactly what it needs to do. And as I mentioned before, the gas gauge does work. The only thing from driving this car a little earlier, the main thing that I've noticed on it is I feel that the steering box needs to be tightened up a little bit. I'll turn around, there's a train coming. Try to miss that. The steering box on it, to me, is just a little loose. I would probably tighten that steering box up. This car's got all kinds of power. I mean, just like a 455 should have. It goes down the road nice and straight. It doesn't need an alignment. It's just like I mentioned before, that steering box is just too loose. It's got too much play in it. With those power 4-wheel disc brakes, they'll stop you right now. No pull left or right. See what we got here. Front end comes right off the ground. Transmission shifts great. A lot of power, tons of power. We just want to cruise it down the highway. We've got her doing about 80 now. I think the speedometer's off probably 10, 15 mile an hour. It's not bouncing right now, but I don't think we're doing that 80 either. But as we're cruising down the road, it goes down the road great. The front end feels nice. As far as our gears go, it says we're doing 75. I'm guessing we're doing closer to 65. And our tachometer is at 2,500 RPM. So it kind of gives you an idea where we're at for gears. Temperature reading is still at 190. Oil pressure going down the road is 62. The seat's really comfortable. It's just an awesome car to drive down the highway.